Welcome to Zap Night. I've already messed up here. What do I usually say in the beginning?
Hi, and welcome to Zap Night. I am your co-host, Kaylie.
And I am your co-host, Danny. We're doing it backwards this time. You're listening to Zap Night, a video game review podcast, with your host, Danny and Kaylie. So today we are reviewing
Super Mario World for the Super Nintendo. I am so excited because I love this game.
I love this game too. Obviously, we really need to stop playing games that
we've already played.
We played when we were a kid.
To be fair, we haven't played them in a long time. I played it maybe a few years ago, a while back, but it's still been a while. I love revisiting this game.
Usually when I set up my Super Nintendo, Super Mario World is like the first one to get put in. And then I play maybe the first, couple worlds, and then, or, couple, I don't know, what do you want to call them, stages or whatever?
I think they're worlds. Yeah, like
in a regular game.
Yeah,
in a regular Mario game, it would be worlds. But yeah, I get through like the first two, and then I'm done. Then I don't pick it up. So before we get into like the whole basics and what we usually go, our normal spiel for the game, we did something a little bit different with this one. We kind of sat down and powered through the entire game.
And then, after playing it for how many hours?
Yeah, I think we put in like 7 hours of gameplay.
We find out that the picture didn't record.
Yeah, we tried to record all of it so that we can upload it with the podcast, and yeah, it didn't work out so well.
That's too bad though. I'm slightly depressed. There was we had some glitches and we had some cool stuff.
There was some really cool stuff that happened.
It was fun to the nostalgic value, man.
Oh, I know, absolutely.
But yeah, hopefully next time we do something, we can get it uploaded with all the audio and the video. And
yeah. Well, wait until we get to the Thrift Shop review for this episode.
Good times. It's just this round, not so good.
So you want to go ahead and start off?
So this game was developed by Nintendo for the Super Nintendo. It was released November 1990. I wasn't even born yet.
I was.
Well, between 1990 and August 1991, which I was born. They released it in North America in 1991. Excuse me. And by then I was born, yes. It was also released for the Game Boy Advance in 2002 and New 3DS in 2016. Launch title for the Super Nintendo.
Yeah, it was actually, and I remember. I think my Super Nintendo box that I have on the wall has, you can see the box art that it comes with Super Mario World. Like that was their thing. It was like, hey, you're getting, the Super Nintendo, but it comes with Super Mario World. So I think most kids were really excited for it when it came out. I know I was.
I was one.
Yeah, I guess.
I wasn't even one yet. The only memory I have of this game when I first ever played it was when I was super little and we would go visit my grandma. Our grandma. Sorry. It's only my grandma.
I don't remember it being over there. I remember that her having a Nintendo.
Oh, she had both.
Did she?
Yep.
It might have been mine after I got done. Once I got a PlayStation, we moved it over there. Anyway.
In any case.
Instead of listening to our family ramblings. The game kind of lacks in the story department, as with most early Mario games. It's kind of just here, this is why you're here.
The princess.
But there is a bit of a story to it. So basically, Mario is in this dinosaur land, and he comes across these little guys named Yoshi. And the Yoshi have all been captured by Bowser, along with the princess. And it's Mario's job to go around and help rescue all the Yoshi that are trapped inside eggs scattered around this Mario world. And really, the Yoshis are trapped inside just the castles.
They're the princess of this. You know how it's...
No, they're the Toad.
Well...
Sorry, princess is in another castle.
But I I love Yoshi. He's one of my favorites for Mario. I mean, this is... I think we just need to dive right into it.
Yeah, it's, even though the story isn't really necessary, it's a good, I don't know, it was a good introduction. It was a good, continuation of Mario 3. And I think that that's kind of what they were going for. They were just, it's a gameplay. It's, focused around the gameplay. It's not focused around the story. So, yeah.
So, I gave the story a 5 out of 10. And I think this is how I'm going to treat most games, that the story really isn't important. So that way, the story isn't overly good, but it's not overly bad. It's just right there.
I would give it a bad score if it focused on a story and the story just flopped.
Yeah. I just went neutral on this one. I
did too. I gave it a 5.
So
I think we see eye to eye on that one.
And despite there not really being much of a story, you still get a little bit of dialogue when you beat castles, and I think some of the you got like little punch boxes that.
Yeah, they give you a little bit of information on what's going on and why you're doing what you're doing.
No, that's... Yeah, I mean, there's a story, but it's not pertinent to the game.
Yep.
But...
So, graphic-wise, this is a really pretty game. I mean, especially for it being a launch title for the Super Nintendo, it really kickstarted the Super Nintendo into what it's capable of. And moving into the 16-bit era, it's really, really a beautiful game.
It's definitely. And, you can tell that they put a lot of time and even just some of the minor details, like when you blow up one of the castles and it launches like a rocket into the background and it gets that
and then it even changes the world a little bit, and I like that.
They definitely... I think they outdid themselves when it came to this. Personally, I think it was... Yeah, I think definitely... I mean, even with the Super Mario Maker, I mean, there's a lot more mechanics now, but I think that, you use most of those same things still today, and I mean, it was so good. I don't know. I think that a lot of work was put into this.
For just being like sprite based, it's really clean, and it's well thought out, and I really appreciate the effort. Being an adult now and being able to look at these graphics, I appreciate the effort put into it, and I would like to think that my parents, when they bought this game, they were like, wow, this is a big jump from the Nintendo stuff. So I was happy to see that.
I feel like, honestly, with the day and age we are now, I think that if this game had just come out this year, I still think this would be acceptable graphics.
I agree. Yeah, I could see this coming out for like a
handheld
game or something.
Yeah,
something that is cheap and just like, hey, here's a random platformer.
It's simplistic almost too. It's
I
clean.
think that the third party developers that are out there now, or like the indie developers, they are really trying to replicate some of this technology that they were using in the Super Nintendo days, and Super Mario World was definitely like the icon for that. I want to talk about the animations a little bit, kind of going back to the
little
beating
rocket. Yeah,
exactly. The overall animations for even like when you hit a monster and it dies, it kind of has a fun little like change in its sprite. And the animations in each boss fight, they're just, quirky and unique and very, true to the Mario, style.
Yeah.
Obviously, being a Mario game, I mean, they've kind of stuck to a style for so many years now that, every character is pretty iconic. So, obviously, fun to see. I did have some problems where you couldn't quite tell where you could hit the enemies. Like, you would jump on one, or it would hit you in just a funny spot, and it was like, oh crap, I'm not supposed to hit it there. I'm supposed to hit it on, 2 pixels over. But
I think
it's nitpicking, really.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I think that's the only thing I can say is sometimes you gotta really push it to how far you can jump. Like, you really gotta push for those extra 2 pixels.
Yeah,
but,
and you really do, and
that's just, I mean, the gameplay to me, honestly. But I agree, if you're hitting, like, if you get, like, nicked, and sometimes you would get nicked and it wouldn't do anything, but sometimes it'd barely nick you and it would kill you or what have you. And
yeah. But yeah, I mean, overall, the graphics are very beautiful. I didn't give it a 10, and I think the main reason why I didn't give it a 10 was because I have seen what the Super Nintendo can push out, and I know the limitations of their graphics, and I think they could have done just a little bit more. And I think, if we ever do Mario World 2, you see that. You see what they have done with graphics further on in the development of the Super Nintendo.
My only problem I really have as far as the graphics go is that on occasion when you would beat a boss, their sprite would get, like, stretched and it would, like, pan forward and backwards and it would fall off the screen. It was like, almost like it wasn't, like, I would have expected more of the sprite to have changed and done some animation instead of just stretching
a lazy,
it.
It kind of seems like a lazy
cop
way out.
Yeah. I would have liked more movement to their sprites. I wish there was more of that to see as opposed to just the same.
Yeah, and this kind of trails into gameplay, but it feeds into the graphics. I feel like that the bosses were kind of reused a little bit.
Yeah, for sure.
Like the sprites maybe changed slightly, but they basically were the same boss.
Well, like you get this one boss where it's just tubes.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, it was and even like the way you fight the bosses, like the rotating ramp, I think you used that once. I mean, but there was some unique ones too, like what was his name, Resner, or what, the elephant or rhino.
The rhino guy, yeah, the rhino guy was pretty cool. But they do the rhino guy twice.
Oh, do they?
Yeah, we skipped that.
Oh, that's
that
right.
castle. It was the underwater castle that we.
So yeah,
we didn't play it 100%. I would love to go back and kind of finish it. Not that we really need to for the podcast, but I enjoy this game, and I like doing all the Star World stuff, and I love doing all the hidden levels and all the extra castles, and I mean, like the forest, the hidden forest, we like blasted through it. And it was really just luck because we got to the forest and it was like, oh, here's a key, let's do it and see where it goes. And it's like, oh, that actually continues on to the next area. Like, well, I think we did like maybe 3 levels in the castle.
That was pretty.
We really blasted through.
Although
that
to be fair, we spent quite a bit of times on a few levels where we were replaying and having to go find more lives.
Yeah, that's true. So, what did you give it for graphics?
I gave it an 8.
As did I.
I could change my mind to a 9, but I think it teeters on both.
Yeah, again, it kind of goes back to reusing some of the sprites, and
I just you want more.
Yeah, I think that, and you definitely see it even in Donkey Kong Country, which came out within the next couple years, just pushes it just a little bit further. And I think that they could have done that with this game. Not that it's not bad by any means, which it definitely deserves a solid 8, but it does kind of teeter on that upper 9-10 area. So let's the gameplay, which is like the bread and butter of this game.
Yeah, I'm gonna say right now, I gave it an 8 out of 10, but I think I want to change it to a 10.
Yeah, well, we can change. Oh, you're gonna change it to a 10? I'm gonna change
it to a 10. I think.
Whoa!
Oh, well, to be okay, so this might just be. Well, I don't know. I played the game a long time ago when I was little, and I replayed it again just a few years ago. But even remembering those few years ago, and even now, it's fairly easy once you learn how Mario moves. You learn so fast, and I really just think that the gameplay is pretty spot on, with the exception of your 2 pixels that you could get off. I really think that this is spot on.
I wrote down a couple of the bad things for gameplay. The extra lives come super easy.
Yeah. Well, if you we
definitely exploited some of the levels that made it really easy to get extra lives. So I mean that's part of it, but I really feel like that even without those levels,
I don't know. We ran back for quite a few lives. I think if you didn't know about the one, because you get this one level where you can just so many lives.
I mean, what do we top off on? Like 20 lives per round per
something
trip or
like
something
that.
like that.
20, yeah. Between I think
I could hit like 20, like almost 20 lives per level.
Run, yeah.
Yeah, and I would do it like 3 or 4 times and end up with like 40 or 50 lives.
With that too, there's also a secret in one of the earlier levels where you can just go enter this one level. It's a secret level where you can get you have 4 options: a feather, a flower,
Yoshi in the middle,
a Yoshi, and a what? A mushroom.
Well, there's two on each side and then one in the middle. The one in the middle is the Yoshi. It's a secret level just above the very first ghost mansion. So there's 2 blocks on each side of the middle block. The middle block is Yoshi. The ones on the right are both power flowers, and the ones on the left are both feathers. And so you know, if you were little, you could hit the 2 flowers and get 2 mushrooms, and then you can go over to the other side, and then you get 2 feathers, and then you'd have a feather reserve and a feather.
Yeah.
And then you could get a Yoshi. So basically, you're building up for whatever you're doing. But if you can kind of spam that level over and over again, because it's not like a full level, you don't have to finish. You just kind of walk off the edge of the level, and then you're done. So you could just keep going back and get Yoshis, which Yoshis turn into extra lives, and you could sit there and get 99. I remember doing that when I was a kid.
Alternatively, this game came out before the internet was... I mean, we were little. We never used the internet. We had to learn that stuff on our own. So unless you really knew your game...
Yeah, I remember when we played this game, I didn't find that secret until much later in our gaming, you know.
So, I mean...
We found that out, and it was just like this mini child brain explosion, because it was like, what is this?
So, I mean, to a degree, yes, it's bad that you can spam a lot of lives, but you, at that time, would have had to have known. You really would have to have been playing.
You would like to be able to find that.
So I think with that, I mean, right now, I think it's maybe a bad thing, but on the other hand, I don't think it was back then.
Sure, yeah. Agreed.
So I'm not gonna put that against it, I guess.
The boss fights again, they were kind of repetitive.
Yeah.
And I mean, it ties into the gameplay, the graphics as well, but I mean, part of me thinks that maybe it was for storage space reasons, maybe it was lack of creativity, maybe it was just they wanted to have a ton of bosses and they just didn't have enough. You know, it was easier to reuse some of them. I mean, there was really only like 4 bosses. There was the teeter-totter boss, there was the boss where he would like crush you, he would like crawl up the wall and then crush you. There was the warp pipe boss, and
which was 2 different ones, wasn't it? It was the girl and another one, I thought.
Yeah, they were different sprites, but I mean, it was the same boss. It was the same fight. And then you had the rhino fight.
Yeah.
And I may be missing 1 or 2, whatever. But, Bowser, that's completely different. But, yeah, I mean, they kind of filtered out those over and over again. And I don't know, there was maybe 2 of each, I'd say.
Just to spot back, too, really quick to story. I think they could have done a better job at saying who, like, because they tell you what their names are. Even when you finish the level, they say, so-and-so Koopa has been defeated. I don't know, I think it would have been nice to have had that tied in.
To tie them into
like,
the
you're
level
about
a little
to fight
bit more.
so-and-so Koopa. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's just me. But again, it wasn't important to the storyline.
Yeah.
But no.
So, sticking to the gameplay, you want to talk about the final boss?
No?
So the final dungeon, it's the final castle. You have like 2 sections. You have
doors.
You have 4 doors in the first section, and you have 4 doors in the second section, and you have to get through one of the doors in both sections to make it to the boss. So if you can go through any door 1 through 4 in the first section, and they're all like different worlds, different levels, like mini levels. Yeah. And you get through to the end, to the next door, and that opens up 5 through 8. And you got to go through that area too in order to get to the boss area. And
then you gotta go through the boss.
Then you gotta beat the boss, right? So it's not really that hard once you get like a pattern to it. It's like,
you figure out which
okay, go to this door and then you go to that door and you kind of figure out what's easiest for you, and then you make it to the boss and it's like, okay, well, I had a feather, but now I'm dead. So
oh, the feather incidents.
Yeah, I know. We would,
we had to run all the way back to the forest to go get some lives.
Yeah,
and
get a feather
and stock up. Oh, that however many hours we spent, it probably could have been cut down.
Oh yeah, I'm sure if we tried to play it through one more time, like right now, I'm sure we would conquer it because and probably even make it through like the star levels and all that really, really fast. Just because you get through the learning curve, which really is the first couple levels, but there's a couple levels that you just kind of get stuck on, and it's like, oh, these are so hard. But I found that because we had to do it so many times, if we were to go back right now, it would be a piece of cake.
Yeah.
Just because you already know what to do. You already know how to beat it.
The castle, anyway.
The castle, yeah, the final castle. You get through the first two sections, and you get to Bowser,
yeah.
and Bowser, he was kind of easy.
I could never beat him when I was little.
I couldn't either, but I didn't try very hard when I was a kid. I was more interested in finding all the secret stuff. I was.
Well, you seem to dodge the fire, which the fire seems like it was pretty easily dodged, but I mess up so easily on those types of things. But I mean, you did the boss. You did the whole castle without me, basically. I think I tried a couple times. It was just like, yeah, I think I'm done. But you did a really good job.
If you're really good at platformers, then, obviously Mario's the game for you. You probably play all the Marios. But if you're not that good at platformers, but this game is still really fun, and if you stick to it, you'll do it eventually.
Well, and like you said, we would play the first few levels are fairly easy. I mean, they're a fun, quick play if you just want to play some quick Mario. The first few levels they're easy and they're easy paced.
And they're fun.
Oh yeah.
And they're cute. There's a lot of really cute levels.
Yeah. I love me some Yoshi. What's your favorite color Yoshi?
In this game, my favorite color Yoshi is blue because he flies. But usually I kind of prefer the basic green Yoshi.
Oh man, I don't know what my favorite one is. Their functions. I liked the red one because of how you got him in the star levels.
I do love.
We can talk about the secrets.
There's a ton of hidden levels in this game,
and there's our favorite is the star levels, and there's a huge star.
Did you know that there's a level above the star level?
I think so.
Called the special world.
Yeah. But the star levels, they're not too crazy hard. But the very first one is like my favorite level. I think it's yours too. But you just spend your time. You twirl on these blocks and you just break them as you twirl all the way down, and you eventually find a Yoshi and you can.
But it's kind of how the star levels are. The star levels kind of
They're just like bonus.
It's like
but bonus levels.
The star spots are like warps, and the warps connect Mario World all together. So if you needed a quick way to go from World 1 to World 2 or World 1 to World 8, you could use the Star World to kind of get you pretty quick.
In hindsight, that would have been nice.
Oh yeah, it would have been. And we could have done it, but it wasn't that big. I preferred to, because, I mean, honestly, you could get to the first Star World really, really fast. And then you can go straight to Bowser's Castle and beat Bowser's Castle. I mean, we probably could have beat this game in like maybe 3 hours if we tried. But what fun is that? But the Star World, and what's cool about the Star World too, further, is each of the levels in the Star, I think there's 5, gets you a different Yoshi. So you can do, like, you could get a yellow Yoshi if you specifically wanted a yellow Yoshi, which the yellow Yoshi is really good. Yeah. You could go and get just the blue Yoshi, you could go and get just the red one.
There's red, blue, green, and yellow, correct?
I think so, yeah. Yep.
Yeah. I have to admit, the Flying Yoshi's pretty...
The Flying Yoshi's the
good.
best. It makes it so easy. You get any... The different color Yoshi does what the green Yoshi does with the different color shells.
Yep.
So, like, the green shell just shoots out the shell back out. The red shell shoots fire. The blue shell lets green Yoshi fly. And yellow shell does like a...
He makes him heavy, doesn't it?
Yeah, it like makes the ground earth. It's like an earthquake Yoshi. So then, therefore, if you get like a yellow Yoshi, no matter what shell you grab, does the earthquake. Or if you get a blue Yoshi, no matter what shell you grab, he'll always fly. Yep. You get a red Yoshi, no matter what shell you grab, it'll shoot out fire. So, I mean, it's kind of nice to utilize those Yoshis within the level. And I think maybe we missed a bit of the gameplay for that, because if you're just playing the regular levels, you don't see any of the other Yoshis.
That's true. Yeah. Well, again, they're the bonus.
They are the bonus. And that's true.
And it's not just those levels. There's secrets throughout all these regular levels too, or the keys where you can
exclamation point levels.
Yes, which is how you get to these hidden levels anyway. But it's nice. Well, the exclamation points are. I was thinking about the locks. I'm sorry.
That's in the individual worlds.
What are the exclamations called?
I don't know. I don't know if they have a real name. They probably do. Somebody will tell us.
They give you the option to, like, throughout the levels, there's these blocks that they're transparent. Like, they're not there until you get to this bonus level. And they fill in those spots. So normally when you're playing through the level, they're not there. When they fill in, you can get extra secrets and whatnot, and it helps you with your gameplay, and it implores you to continue to play. It makes you want to play more, find more.
Find all the hidden levels.
I mean, they put a lot of work into all this.
Well, and you can tell where the hidden levels are, too, by what color the spots are, what color the worlds are. So if you, on the main map, if your level is red, then you know that there's a hidden secret somewhere that you can go and find. And the hidden levels you are unlocked, like Kaylie was saying, with the keys and the keyholes, that you gotta kind of find both to be able to make it into the secret level. And that makes it a lot of fun to try and hunt all those down.
So you gave gameplay
I gave it a 10. Solid 10.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna change mine to 10 too. I think, especially after talking through it more verbally with you, I feel like that's a good hearty 10. So, music... Did you, again, the music I thought was...
Oh yeah, the music is pretty good. It's very Mario-esque. I mean, you're not... If you played this game on mute, you really wouldn't miss a whole lot.
Their music, even just their sound effects, there's stuff that you want on your ringtones and your text messages. I've heard people with the turtle shells and...
Really?
Yeah. Or the coins, people get a message like... or an email or something.
That's true.
Yeah.
I enjoyed the music. It was, again, with most video games, it was a little bit repetitive. But overall, it was very memorable. And, I mean, Mario music, you really can't go wrong.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's its own thing.
Yeah. And I love the castle music.
Oh yeah, those are yeah.
And I like the ghost mansion music. But the sound effects are really cute.
I love the sound effects. They did a really good job. I love Yoshi.
Yeah.
I think we need to take a minute to talk about Yoshi in general. Yoshi is a great function. He holds onto your stuff, he eats enemies. You can stomp on him sometimes. You can use him as you can jump with him, and then you can jump off of him, and then he's gone forever. We were joking in the game, not that you could see it since we didn't record it, but we were talking about the Yoshi Boneyard and the lava levels of all the Yoshis long.
Oh yeah,
long forgotten,
all the lava levels
sacrifice.
And I swear the lava levels, they like purposely give you Yoshi for sacrifices. Like, you gotta appease the the lava monsters.
Which, we were joking too. We thought that the
lava monsters are just dead Yoshis.
They kind of look, they're not exactly.
And they're mad at Mario.
Yes.
Yoshi angry.
Yeah, but that was a good tool, and he's an iconic character now. They did, and the eggs, I love it when they're tiny.
And you gotta feed them.
That's so cute. I'm really happy with Yoshi in this. I think that was a good idea. A functioning side character. That's unlike Toad.
Yeah, I don't know. I like Toad.
I know you like Toad.
Toad's my favorite. I'm not because he is any good, but just because I like Toad.
He's the Krillin of Mario.
I gotta have someone to root for. I don't like Mario.
Oh,
sorry, Toad's not even in this game. So what are we doing? So what did you give music?
I just gave it an 8. It wasn't the best. I think
you're not gonna download the Mario World soundtrack.
Although, if we were to consider sound effects, maybe I would give it extra credit. But I
gave it an 8.
Yeah.
Also, it's
not bad.
It's great,
it's
but it's just
I find
Mario,
myself
and
on occasion singing do 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 do. I'm doing
that's
stuff.
Mario 1.
Well, give me a break.
All right, so overall, the game is super fun. If you just want to sit down and play for an hour, if you want to sit down and play for 20 minutes, if you want to sit down and play for 7 hours and not record any of it, it's really a fun game. You're gonna be fully entertained and probably addicted
if you haven't already played it all.
Right? Oh yeah, I'm 100% sure.
We have relatives that have not played, and their kids.
That's true. How old is he? I'm not gonna say his name.
15,
16.
He's a teenager.
Yeah, he's in high school.
So
and he hasn't played Mario. I tried playing Mario Maker with him, and he had no idea what he was doing. And I'm just like, what's wrong with you?
Sorry, bro.
He's like, I don't know. What does the mushrooms do? I'm like, what does the mushrooms do? I don't know if that was actually what he said. I'm paraphrasing, but yeah, it was pretty sad. It made my childhood cry.
Well, it makes you, growing up, people are always like, "Oh, I'm getting older." Well, I'm starting to understand that too a little bit. Like, kids these days, they didn't play those games. So, this game came out when I was only a couple months old. So,
sure, yeah, I know.
But I grew up playing this. I still play it. Bust it out once in a while, and I feel the need to be nostalgic.
So if you haven't played this game. Play this game. At least play,
the Mario Maker.
Yeah, at least play the Mario Maker. I'm sure somebody out there has remade Super Mario World in Mario Maker.
Oh, I'm sure.
Or at least mostly.
To a degree, because they don't... Well, I haven't played in a while, but they haven't had all of the functions for at least Super Mario.
After we got done playing, I was thinking about the multiplayer aspect of it, and I realized that we could have played 2-player, and it would have doubled up our lives.
Oh no! Oh well.
Because for some reason, I thought it was like Donkey Kong Country, where we both have to play every single world.
I see.
That it was almost like 2 different Mario worlds, where no, it's not. If Mario beats it, then Luigi can beat the next level, and so on. And we should have been playing like that, but we didn't. We just played it 1-player and traded controllers.
With that said, who's better, Mario or Luigi?
Oh, I prefer Luigi, just because he's green and he's different.
Funny story, which I'm sure you remember. The very first Mario for the Nintendo, when you would finish a level and you would go to the flag and you hit it, there's a little symbol. I'm assuming it's a mushroom. A little symbol on the flag.
Yeah, yeah.
And to me, little me, I thought it was green, so I thought it was a symbol for Luigi's underwear.
I did.
I remember saying that, and you and my mom were like, "Why?" And I'm like, "It looks like Luigi's underwear."
That might be what he wears. Maybe it is. This whole time, we never knew. That's why Luigi doesn't wear any underwear.
But I digress. No, yeah. So are we on overall? What did you?
Yeah, I mean, we touched on overall. Really, I mean, overall, it's a great game. I mean, you can't really go wrong with a Mario game. I don't
know
think
anyone who doesn't like Mario, really.
Well, and even if you don't really like video games, you can at least play a Mario game.
Yeah.
It's very simple. It's easy to pick up. It's easy to pick up for a short amount of time and just, play it, for a few minutes a day if that's your thing.
Did they? They came out on Game Boy.
Yeah,
Advance,
so I
right?
mean, if you
That's
wanted
right.
to play before going to sleep, dust off your Game Boy Advance. I don't think I've ever said that sentence before. Dust off a Game Boy Advance.
You remember when those things came out, man?
Oh man, I got the white one. It was awesome.
I think I had purple.
Boy, we are all over the place in this episode.
Guess we have a lot to process.
So what did you give overall for Mario?
I gave it a 9.
I did too.
Yeah.
We are like twins on this episode.
Twinsies.
We know exactly what. Well, I guess when we played it together, we both have the same opinion.
That's true.
when we don't play together, it's like we played two different games.
Yeah. No, our initials together are Donkey Kong.
DK.
Sorry.
Weird. So, because we both gave it the same score, we both gave it 40 out of...
Oh, we did? I don't think we did the same on everything, were we?
Yeah, we were.
No, let me see this. I think we were off on one.
No, we weren't.
By
That's
golly,
because
you're
you
right.
changed yours to a 10 because I gave it a 10.
I'm sorry. I thought one of yours was different than mine. Nope. We
same.
were. No, I think I was wrong on putting an 8 instead of a 10 for gameplay.
Sure. Yeah.
I mean, that's
what this game is known for.
I think after a while I could play the first few levels with my eyes closed.
Yeah.
Probably not, but I like to think I could.
So, 40 out of 50 is really good.
Yeah,
but
it's a good game.
Sadly, that only brings it up to an 80 out of 100 for both of us, and that's a B minus. But it made it to the B. I think that's the highest score we've gotten so far.
I like to think I did good in school, but I was a B student, so I mean...
Well, I was C, so I'm used to the C's.
No, I think I think it deserves a B to A rating. I'm okay with the B.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it really is a great game. If you haven't played it, you are missing out.
Where have you been?
Just watch a Let's Play. You'll get the gist of it.
Stop playing Call of Duty and go play some Mario.
Call of Duty's for kids.
Kids in our place right now, in the future, will be saying these things. Stop playing your Mario and go play some Call of Duty.
Yeah,
bro.
Maybe.
No. Yeah, I'm excited. I think this has been a good game. We already knew that this was going to be a good game.
Yeah, we went into it knowing that we could beat it in a few hours, and we knew that it made for a good little, weekend,
yeah, it was good.
Day, and just sit down and kind of bust this game through.
For us, especially trying to grow our podcast, I think playing these games that we know, it's good practice for us before we are playing games that we haven't played. Yeah,
I mean, in the future, I really would like to do some sort of poll system where the listeners can kind of come in and help decide what we're going to play. Mostly to force us into playing like Call of Duty.
Yeah. No, I'm so bad at guns.
Oh, me too. Yeah, I mean, I play
AKTV7 is.
I play Mario and Final Fantasy, and I call it a day. That's a good day for me.
He uses guns in turn-based battles.
Yeah, that's right. If Call of Duty was turn-based, I'd
be
master
all over
it. So, you want to switch gears here, and we'll talk about our Thrift Shop game?
Okay, so like we said at the very beginning, like what happened with Mario, we played through this game, and we lost all of the visual.
Well, we played through it the first time.
We what?
The first time we played through it. Because, I mean, we haven't done it yet, but right before this episode airs, I think we'll probably play it again.
Sure.
Just to play it again. What's the game, anyway? We haven't even announced the game
It's called Disney's The Haunted Mansion.
Disney's The Haunted Mansion, and it comes with a free movie pass inside.
Which is not even... I don't even think it's even close to the movie, so I don't even know why. It's just a haunted mansion. It's not The Haunted Mansion, the movie, or anything related to it. It's just a single haunted mansion.
And it was surprisingly fun.
I know, it was...
I was really expecting it to be kind of crappy, being just like a haunted mansion game, but no, it was pretty good.
So now, when we rate games, it can be on a scale of Mary-Kate and Ashley or The Haunted Mansion.
So it comes with a movie pass. It says on the front, yeah, it's still in it. It comes with a movie pass, and it says free movie pass inside. See inside for details. Free movie pass, only good at participating movie theaters, and only good for admission to the Haunted Mansion movie. Up to $6.50, and it expires
What movie cost
December 15th, 2003.
Wah, wah, wah.
So my movie pass is expired.
But if you want a free movie pass...
Yeah, if you want a free movie pass, just email us and let us know that you want a free movie pass. I will rip this out, and I will send it to you.
Personally send it to you.
I mean, it's good until 2003. How could you go wrong?
Right? Now, if you're a time wizard, this
That's
is
true.
a great option.
A great opportunity for you to go see The Haunted Mansion. Apparently it was a movie. I don't know. I didn't actually look it up.
I thought it was that movie with Eddie Murphy in it.
I thought so too.
Oh no, maybe
but
that's
this
the
had
hotel one. I don't know.
I do not know.
Disney...
I don't know, but this was kind of a funny little quirky game.
It wasn't too... I mean, there was a few things. I mean, it was a 2002 or 3 game.
The graphics weren't very good at all. Stomping, there's these little spiders that go around. They're really hard to squish.
Very good. The camera was the worst. Oh my gosh. The books.
The books, trying to do the books, that was really bad.
Oh my gosh.
So I bought this for $2.99 at a thrift shop, and I think it was money well spent.
Yeah?
I'm sure I could buy it for 99 cents on eBay, but that's not part of the adventure. Part of the adventure is finding it at a thrift shop.
You're paying for the movie ticket, too.
That's true. I am paying for the movie ticket.
And the movie ticket's worth $6 and what, 50 cents? That's
$6.50.
You saved yourself quite a bit of money.
That's half a movie ticket right now.
Well, barely.
I know. Oh man.
Popcorn.
I know.
You're smuggling your own popcorn in now. They're like, sir, your chest is very popcorny. You're like,
oh, I know.
It's fine.
Oh man, yeah. Good game. I really don't have any problems with it.
It was very Disney-esque.
It was lots of voice acting, and the voice actors were pretty sad.
Really, I thought it was pretty good.
I thought it was very cheesy. All the accents were super cheesy.
But I mean, when we're thinking back at like the last couple games we've played, I mean, they were pretty. The voice acting, I thought, compared to the others, this one's pretty good.
Yeah, it wasn't.
And I mean, it was fluid. It wasn't I couldn't tell that they were sitting in front of a mic, like, yes, go to the other end. It wasn't anything. I guess. It was very fluid.
It was.
I thought it was better.
It wasn't like a bunch of robots talking, although the animation looked like a bunch of robots talking.
Yeah, that was. But again, that's that day. I mean, Mary-Kate and Ashley, again, the year before was pretty atrocious. I mean, on a scale of Mary-Kate to the Haunted Mansion.
I think Disney had a bigger budget to play with than Mary-Kate and Ashley.
No, this... like I said in the, not that we had... like I said in the thing you probably won't listen to, I really think that this isn't a game that I will probably go back and play myself anytime soon. But if I were to, like I did earlier, sit down and have a longer time limit, I would play it through to the end.
Yeah, I think it could be done in maybe 4 hours or so.
Like, I wouldn't mind beating it. I mean, it wasn't hard. I mean, it was hard at times. The enemies, which I found really annoying, they kind of creep up on you, and you don't have really a chance to run away. You have to confront them before they get you. And if you try and turn around, they get you.
I really liked the pool.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
The pool level. That
took you a minute to figure it out. They explained.
Yeah, oh my gosh.
They explained this.
The explanation in the beginning was so long. She just blabbed on and on and on about everything that was going on. And then we go to actually sit down and play, and we can't figure it out.
Yeah.
Not that, I mean, I listened to most of it, and it was just talking about what things were and who some of the people were, but it didn't really explain, the full mechanics of the game. So you're kind of stuck roaming around trying to figure out what you're supposed to be doing.
We spent a good it took us 15-20 minutes before we decided to just quickly bust out a quick
Google
what we're
search.
Supposed to do, and which we only had to do once. And I think if we had just taken the time to observe everything, we would have gotten it eventually, but
I don't know. I went around that room like 4 or 5 times before
I figured out
check the chairs.
You really gotta check for the stuff like jiggles, it like moves. You gotta pick up on that. It's not, which is hard to tell if is it glitching out or is it supposed to be
Yeah,
moving?
I kind of thought that too. Yeah, being a kind of a crappy little game, it's very easily that something's glitched out.
I was surprised that the boss battle wasn't as.
I don't know if that was the boss battle.
Well,
I only say that because
there was a second spider.
Yeah, there was a second one that came out, and he was pretty easy.
I don't think he was as big.
Maybe. The first one, he shot a web at me, and I got like stuck on the pool table. And because I got stuck on the pool table, I was able to just like shoot him with the photon beams, lantern beams, and killed him pretty quick. So I mean, and then the second one didn't even bother trying to attack me, and I think they're stuck to like the one spot. So I don't know.
Yeah,
it was not that bad. It's really not a hard game.
No.
It seemed like they gave me like a ton of lives too.
Oh yeah.
It's like at one point I had like 3 lives left, and then when I was doing the pool, the billiard level, there was like I had 7 lives. I don't know where the other 3 lives came from, but whatever. But it was a fun game.
Yeah.
I would definitely. I don't know. I think I could see myself playing again sometime.
Just for
again with like kids or something.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Definitely. I think if you
just something to throw in and let.
Yeah, I could see a kid playing this for fun, just to have.
I mean, if you can find this for 99 cents on eBay, I'd just buy it. I mean, if you just want something to play, I would get it. Yeah,
game store or something.
I would recommend it if you just want it for 99 cents. Just pick it up. Shoot, if you want it, you can have mine. It comes with a movie ticket.
Woo!
That's what matters. All right, guys. Well, thanks for downloading our podcast. We do an episode every month. Comes out the first of every month. So check us out next month. Check out all of our previous stuff and pretty much everything that we do on zapnight.com.
Yeah.
Hopefully by now we're on iTunes.
Hopefully our forums will be up by then.
Yeah, we're working on forums.
Yay!
They might even be up by the time you're listening to this, so check out zapnight.com. Our forum is technically forum/zapnight.com, but everything, you can go to zapnight.com and find all of our links. We're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, we're on Instagram, we're on the internet.
The internet. Woo! You
all right, guys.
It big when you're on the internet.
Thanks again for listening, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.